the most important thing right now for people to know about the Imperial Irrigation District is that for almost 15 years, we've been engaged in the nation's largest agricultural to urban water transfer.
Tell us the story of that 2003 deal, how that came together, and you kind of had a gun to your head by the federal government, but tell us how that came together.
So California had been exceeding its entitlement for a number of years, Southern California, and not our agency. But there was great pressure, and a lot of the impetus was from the federal government at the time to get a water sharing agreement among the parties and to settle, disputes. And what they did was they called it a quantification settlement agreement, and it authorized what became these water transfers that will ultimately transfer up to 500,000 acre-feet of water from our valley, from our farms and fields, to urban Southern California.
So the farms save water, San Diego benefits. Abrahm Lustgarten, is this a model deal for kind of moving water around parts of an increasingly dry state?
Yeah, I think it is, actually. I mean, I think it's inevitably the type of thing we're going to see in the future. And to back up a moment, I mean, there's an unbelievable amount of inefficiency in the way water is used throughout the system. So that ranges from using irrigation ditches that aren't lined and lose half their water before they get to a farm field in Colorado, to the fact that somewhere between 10 and 20% of the entire river's flow evaporates off the surface of these reservoirs and canals and this massive plumbing system we've built. And every single one of those are opportunities to use technology or use investment to recoup some of that water, so to make the same amount of water go a lot further. And that's what this settlement agreement did, was you basically had the cities of San Diego, Los Angeles, and that broader community pay for some of those upgrades, lined the All-American Canal to reduce some of that seepage into the ground, and in exchange they got a share of the savings and a little bit more, and it's much more complicated than that, but that's the basic premise, and I think you're going to start to see a lot more of that. You're starting to see deals where the Southern California metropolitan area is paying farmers north of IID, but in the Blythe area of California, to fallow fields in especially dry years. Not all the time, not every farm, not every farmer, but in exchange of money, in exchange for a change in behavior, and that behavior saves some water, and then you have the opportunity to redistribute that water. And those sorts of trade-offs, I think, are part of an increased efficiency that has to happen.